This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, excuse me, if so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For let her judgment, for her judgment reaches onto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, man. And Babylon the Great, aka America, is indeed falling very quickly, right before our very eyes. All praise to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutations, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And I will pray that this quick lesson be edifying to the elect. So, I came across this article from Zero Hedge. It was published today, Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, which every day is proven to be more and more, what's the word I'm looking for? Validated, for a lack of a better word. You know, it's proven to be very much possible. I'll say it that way. So it says, how the economy changed. There's no bargains left anywhere. So I want to read this article real quick, and I have a video I want to show and get a few precepts. And as I said, I hope and pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. So it says, what changed in the economy is now nobody can afford to get by on working class wages because there's no longer any bargains. The economy has changed in many ways, and it's difficult to track the glacial movements over decades. One change that few seem to recognize or discuss is the disappearance of bargains: cheap rent, cheap meals at hole-in-the-wall restaurants, cheap transport, cheap travel, cheap services, all gone. Back in the day, even stupidly expensive cities like San Francisco had working-class districts like cheap rent and cheap eats. One reason the hippie movement arose in San Francisco was the availability of cheap places to rent in what many would dismiss as run-down slums or ghettos. There were plenty of working-class hole-in-the-wall restaurants and cafes that served cheap plates of spaghetti, turkey legs, and other affordable fare. The working-class districts in cities have long been gentrified, or more recently abandoned to homeless encampments. Gentrification eliminates cheap rents as the soaring valuations of real estate leads the new owners to change high rents in order to pay their lofty mortgages. Affordable apartments disappear, and so do affordable small commercial slash retail spaces for hole in the wall bookstores. Remember when these were commonplace? Cafes, old little niche retailers, and low cost services, shoe repair, etc. And all these things have been done away with. You know, all these things that the so-called American dream were predicated on, where everybody had a chance, everybody had a fair shake. All of these things have been eradicated. It says the extermination of low-cost commercial space eliminated many services which are no longer available. A trend that feeds the, quote, waste is growth landfill economy. There's nobody left to repair anything or move secondhand goods, so everything that once could have been repaired or reused is tossed in the landfill, replaced by a shoddy, crapified replacement product of the global economy. One person's affordable housing is another person's slum or ghetto. Urban renewal destroyed affordable housing in vibrant ethnic neighborhoods in the name of, quote, improvement. which ended up displacing those who could no longer afford soaring rents, right? And that's, and this is, as the scriptures say, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, and when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. This is a product of the wicked ruling, you know, the wicked going around gentrifying, displacing Jake, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and our fellow brethren that were scattered amongst the heathen nations, scattering us, to now, because before it used to be, the Edomites, these so-called white people, and these other heathens will want to live in the suburbs. But now, since they want to live in the city, now all the Jakes that were living in the city that were impoverished, right, and put in these different sections of the city, now they're building up condos, building up new restaurants, building up, the neighborhood in general, and raising up the prices so that Jake can no longer afford to live there, hence gentrification, so that Jake has to now move to the outskirts of the city, which is basically the slums now, so that Esau and the other heathens can live in the city and they could, ride their fucking bikes and, they can travel on the train and buses and what have you. So it's more convenient for them, you know? So this is how everything has been working, whenever these devils decide that they want to make something valuable and start putting money into something, that's when Jake has to be removed from the situation by way of making everything so goddamn expensive so that only these goddamn punk ass, bitch ass heathen can live there, man. You know? But the beautiful thing is, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi are making it, putting these curses on these devils too, man. So that a lot of these so-called well-to-do ass Edomites and other heathen are suffering too. So they can't even afford a lot of these things, and which is the video that I want to bring out in a minute. So it says, the end result is many people are spending half or two-thirds of after-tax earnings on rent. Personally, I was only able to work my way through college because there were still nooks and crannies of low rent dives and rooming houses and low cost hole in the wall restaurants and cafes. Day old banked, day old banked, baked goods outlets, etc. Lowering the cost of credit for corporations, financiers, and the wealthy created unprecedented competition for places to invest. All this nearly free money and real estate has long been a favored market for those seeking to increase income and appreciation by gentrifying low cost properties. The net result is nobody can afford to start a business because rents, insurance, fees, utilities, and regulatory compliance are all unaffordable. And so downtowns and once vibrant retail streets are half empty or abandoned. All the little cafes, services, secondhand stores are all gone because these are inherently low margin businesses that can't afford rent in the thousands per month. So these devils have completely ruined their own people. As the scriptures say, let's get that, man. Let's get that. Cause these devils are on trial, man. And me and the brother Malak always quote this scripture, man, but it's so on point, man. Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods, man. So these devils are being evil to their own people, man. They're hurting their own people so that they can further push this NWO, man. But the scriptures say that these things would happen, man. So all praise to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. And the curses are falling upon our enemies, man. This is Haggai 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little, right? You have worked much. The average Edomite, as I work, you know, when I go out and work and everything and just go out and about in the world, there are more Edomites that were so-called middle class, right? That wouldn't dare do an app job, are doing app jobs, man. There's more and more every single day doing different gigs and different things like that because they simply cannot afford the lifestyle that they were able to keep up years prior to the demic, man. You know, the curses are indeed falling on our enemies, man. It says, ye have sown much and bring in little. So you work very hard and bring in a little bit of money, right? Because this is what Jake's been going through this whole time. Esau, so-called white man and woman and child, you know, and these other heathens, you know, most of the time they do the minimalistic amount of work and get the most amount of money, the most bang for their buck, so to speak. While Jake works so goddamn fucking hard and makes nothing, pennies on the dollar, man. So now, these damn devils and heathen alike are starting to actually do some goddamn work and actually pull themselves up by the bootstraps for once in their fucking funky ass lives. And they're complaining and bitching and moaning about it, man. But that's the curses going upon these devils, man. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough, right? There's a shortage at the food pantries and what have you. People aren't able to afford food because the prices of food are still going up. Inflation is still happening. And people's wages are not meeting the cost of living, man. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag full of holes, man. So the things that Jake has been going through, that as soon as you get a paycheck, you know, your money's going out 7 different ways. You can't even enjoy it. You work your ass off, you know, to get it. And you can't even buy something you can't even buy one thing that you like. Everything is predicated on paying debt, you know, bills, food, rent, you know, your car note, your insurance, you know, different things like that, necessities. Everything's predicated on paying necessities, man. No time to go out to eat with your family, no time to go to the movies, no money, you know, to go out to go to the movies with your family, no money to buy your son or your daughter or what have you, your wife, your husband, a present for different holidays or birthdays. There's nothing left. Every last red cent is accounted for, man. You put your money, your wages into a bag full of holes, man. As soon as you pour it in there, it pours right the fuck out, man. And these devils are feeling it, man. They're feeling it too. So this is a video from the Atlantis report. The middle class is in big trouble in the coming months. Let's play a little bit of this, and this is fair use.
Do you see any Republicans who want to do the right thing on this?
I would say 12 to 20 Republican senators would like to be involved and feel they can't.
Manufacturing jobs have been on the wane. And if you look across the gains that we've had over the last 25 years in this country, the middle class is not shared evenly in those gains.
The middle class is often seen as the backbone of society, the engine of economic growth, and the source of social stability. However, in recent years, the middle class has faced many challenges and threats, such as stagnant incomes, rising inequality, declining employment, increasing debt, and eroding wealth. The pandemic worsened these problems, which has disrupted the global economy, health systems, and social norms. Today, we're going to examine the middle class and the problems they're facing. The middle class is losing ground. One of the main indicators of the middle class's well-being is its income. According to the Brookings Institution, the median household income in the U.S. has barely increased in real terms since the 1970s, while the incomes of the top 20% have nearly doubled. The gap between the rich and the poor has widened, and the middle.
So, and this is a sign of the times, because as these things are happening, the so-called elites are literally doing away with the middle class. So it will only be the people that have it or the people that don't, the haves and the have-nots. Just like they show in these different dystopian movies. You have the elites, and then everybody else is poor. That's it. Even in Mad Max, you had the I forget his name, but the leader, you know, he had all the resources, and everybody else was poor. Even in what's that movie with Denzel, the Book of Eli. You know, the oh man, I can't remember his name, but the one that the Edomite that wanted the book, he was basically the rich, and he had his people, working for him or whatever. But everybody was pretty much poor. He was the only one that really kind of had some substance. You know, he was getting shampoo for his girl and shit like that, man. So it's gonna be a world of haves and have-nots. So these Edomites that are, so-called well-to-do in these different suburbs and what have you, that make 70,000 to 100,000 and maybe a little plus, they're beginning to become the working poor too, because the amount of money that it costs to sustain themselves is not um the amount of money they're bringing in is not adding up, man. The math isn't mathing anymore, man. So these devils are starting to feel it.
Class has shrunk in size and share of the national income. A similar trend can be observed in other advanced economies, such as the UK, where the real wealth of the middle class has fallen by more than $33,000 in 2023 alone. Another indicator of the middle class's well-being is its employment and wages. The COVID-19 pandemic caused massive job losses, especially in sectors that employ many middle-class workers, such as retail, hospitality, tourism, and education.
Now, and the scriptures speak about this, that these things would happen, man, and the downfall of these devils, man. This is Ecclesiastes 12, and I'll start at 1. And it reads, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not," right? Remember your power, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, before the evil days come, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. So before all the tribulation comes, seek your power, right? Third verse, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? So the keepers of the house will be the economists, man. Economy goes into housekeeping. So the economists, when they're starting to tremble, like the video we were just watching, that whole channel is ran by different economists, and different economists come and speak about the things that are going on in the economy, man. So it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and this is the point, and the grinders cease because they are few. The grinders go into the jobs, right? And those that look out the windows be darkened. And that goes into looking into the future, man. A lot of people are seeing that there's no future here, man. And that's why suicide rates are through the roof. Depression is through the roof. Drug use, alcohol abuse is all through the roof, because a lot of people are starting to see the writing on the wall, so to speak, man. And it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, right? So people are going to have been waking up very early to look for jobs, but they're not finding any jobs because there's fewer and fewer jobs every single day. And why is this happening? Because they're replacing a lot of jobs with uh, AI and robots and remote this and remote that. So there's a lot of things that are happening that are replacing humans, regular people, so that there's no jobs. And this is all leading to UBI, which is Universal Basic Income. So they basically want everybody to be in a goddamn cubicle somewhere, receive the little benefits, have a C-hip in them, and basically be a slave to the system, man. This is what this is all coming to, man. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low, and everybody knows the music is absolute trash nowadays. Let me watch a little bit more.
Tourism and education. According to the International Labor Organization, global labor income declined by 8.3% in 2020, which is equivalent to $3.7 trillion, or 4.4% of the global GDP. Even before the pandemic, the middle class faced the challenges of automation, globalization, and skill-biased technological change, reducing the demand and rewards for routine and low-skill jobs.
Right. So as I just mentioned, as everything goes forward, the demand for low skilled jobs like a cashier at a Stop and Shop, or a grocery store, or as I did a lesson on a month or so ago, um the people that flip burgers and fry the fries in the back. They have a restaurant that's completely automated. You can go to a kiosk, order your stuff, so you don't need a cashier. You have the robots in the back frying the fries, flipping the burgers, cooking them up, frying the chicken. So, and then you have a little conveyor belt that they put it on, so it serves it. I mean, there's no use for people in that situation. And as they said in that video, they don't have to worry about the machines taking breaks. They don't have to pay them whatever the state minimum wage is, as it keeps, it has to go up because of the cost of living. They don't have to worry about vacation time. They don't have to worry about theft. All these different things that these companies are saying, because according to them, people are the fucking problem. So people won't have these jobs because they'll just replace them with technology. And that's the world that we're going into, man.
This results in a polarization of the labor market, where the middle skill and middle wage jobs are disappearing, while the high skill and high wage jobs are growing, and the low skill and low wagey jobs are enduring. A third indicator of the middle class's well-being is its wealth. Wealth is the stock of assets that a household owns, such as savings, investments, property, and pensions. Wealth provides security, stability, opportunities for the middle class, and intergenerational mobility for their children. However, the middle class has been losing wealth in recent years due to the decline in home ownership, the erosion of retirement savings, and the increase in debt. The realities of middle-class financial strain. The American dream seems blurry for many today. The middle class, once the comfortable group, now fights rising costs, flat wages, and inflation. Inflation is like a relentless tide, pushing up the cost of essentials like food, housing, and energy. Yet, wages haven't risen at the same pace, leaving families struggling to stay afloat.
Right. So the price of everything is going up, but people aren't making no more money. So something has to give, and that's why there's as they mentioned in this channel, a crisis with the credit, because people are living off of credit. Because when the pandemic was happening and they had the stimulus money that they were giving people were able to save money at that time. So it was good for the economy, because people weren't, people were basically, the lockdowns were happening, so people didn't have to go out, drive their car, waste gas. They didn't have to eat out, buy their coffee, buy stuff for their, they were basically in the house, so they're They were eating in and these different things, and they were getting money from the government, so they were able to save money on the things that they would normally spend money on, and they were getting money from the government on top of that. So they had this little nest egg. But since all that ended and people went back to work and everything, and now the price of everything has gone up, the nest egg has completely been depleted, and people are living off of credit. Now they're becoming delinquent. Uh, a lot of delinquencies are happening, and people are not able to pay off, their houses or their cars and car notes and what have you. So I don't know if I remember if it was in this video or not, Salakia. But repossessions are on the rise and foreclosures are on the rise. People aren't able to pay their student loans and what have you. So it's a big effect, and it's further putting a strain on the American people, man, on the Babylonian people. You know, which is why it shows the signs of the times that we're in. So, like, let me get this, and I'll wrap it up. I don't want to make it too long. But this is why these things are, happening, man. Babylon is through. Babylon is through, and all the people that are in it are absolutely through, man. This is Isaiah 24:7, and it reads, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh." I mean, and I just speak as a man, when I go out and work in the world and everything, there's a heavy spirit of, people just living day by day, one day at a time is a lot of what I hear a lot, another day, another dollar, another day, another quarter. I hear that a lot. I hear, oh, I just came from my last job. This is, my second. And then I got one after this, 3 jobs. A lot of people, and I'm talking about Edomites a lot of time. Of course, Jake, but I was already used to Jake working 2 and 3 jobs because we was already disenfranchised. But your average so-called white boy or white girl, aren't living on Easy Street, man, anymore, man. They're working 2 jobs. They're picking up app jobs. They're complaining, bitching and moaning, you know. But all I got, I just look at them like, oh, yeah, welcome to the party, motherfucker. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man. Why are you complaining? Handle your business. Isn't that what you told everybody else to do while you were out here? Your ancestors came from all these different European countries and came over to America to stolen land and receive free land just for being. Now all of a sudden you want to sit there and complain and act like you've been a part of the struggle the whole fucking time. Get the fuck out of here, man. 8 verse. The mirth of Tabret ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. Right? Because you damn devils that was only concerned about, going to your goddamn yoga class or, damn Edomite men going to a fucking hockey game or a football game or a baseball game or going to drink some fucking Jaeger and drink some beer with your fucking bros and all this bullshit that y'all was doing, Now the rejoicing is ending, man. And you're starting to see that shit isn't sweet, man. The whole thing with the that Edomite the one that was part of the army that went in front of the Israeli embassy and lit himself on fire, man, is proof of that, man. All your wickedness is beginning to catch up with your asses, man. Your shame is beginning to be seen, and these curses are beginning to go upon you, damn devils, man, and you don't like it, and we don't give a fuck. We're happy, man. We pray that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi continue to turn it up on you damn devils, man. Because you've been living deliciously off of the rape, rob, and murder of our people, man. You know, all these riches that you got by deceit, you know, you're starting to pay for that, man. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, man. And that's what the time that we're in, man. And it's only going to continue to get worse for you damn Babylonians, man, for you Americans, man. You know, the middle class is going away, and it's only gonna get worse for you damn devils, man, and the rest of you heathen and you 2/3, man. You know, Babylon is finished, man. Babylon is through, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You know, I just wanted to report on that, edifying to the elect, and I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out to listen, learning, find this good fight of faith. And salutation to my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say abba ball and kwam yasharallah. And shalom. To the next one.